Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Nature Folklore Sessions. It's 6th of June, 2021. On this beautiful sunny, it's a bank holiday Sunday here in Ireland. Well, thank you all for joining me on this weekly time of exploring nature-centered folklore, connecting this within your favorite sanctuary space, and expressing your inspired visions from your sanctuary through your poetry, writing, art, craft, performance, and even problem solving. Now this afternoon, it's our bloom time, because at this time is the holiday weekend in Ireland. This is the time when the Bloom Festival is usually on at Phoenix Park in Dublin. But due to the COVID, it wasn't on last year. And then this year, it's a strange sort of online thing, but they're brave enough, and good for them that they're actually putting something on. So we're having our own little Bloom Festival. And so it's all about our garden sanctuaries. We've got... we don't have any live guests today. They're all video guests, and people have been very generous. They've been sending in a multitude of clips and photos, and I've been knitting them together. In fact, I've only put the show together a few minutes before I came on live just now. But these are all wonderful women. Yeah, it's all women that submitted their gardens, and they've got their blooming gardens, and which is fabulous, because over here in Ireland with the late spring, there isn't as much in bloom at this time as there usually is. So we're very grateful for what we got. But we got, let's see, we got get some pictures up here, because we got Bridget Foy, and she's at Flynn's cottage, and we're going to have a little bit of her garden. And there she is, I think, in front of the hawthorn, which was late, and it's in bloom now. It's just going out of bloom. It's not far from here. And we've got Charlene Ray, who's got a lush garden over on Whidbey Island, Washington State in the USA. And a neighbor of ours, Didier Riva, he's almost a neighbor, and he's got this very unique pond that he and his partner, Denise Terry, that they've created. And then we got Tina Rock, and she's taking us back into the blossoming value of wild nature up there in County Leitrim, and you'll find that a lovely alternative to some of the other videos. Very nice. And we have Orla Fallon, which is the light, and you might be familiar with Orla Fallon from Celtic Women. There's a picture, if you haven't realized. There she is with the harp there. So we got Orla Fallon, who's going to give us a tour of her garden, plus a tune and a bit of a song as well. And we've also got Kate Cloudsparks from Iowa in the USA there with her lovely garden. It's on a very well cared for farm, and she grows a lot of mushrooms, different types of mushrooms. Great abundance with that there. And another local person not too far away, some people who visit here familiar with Lissalloch, and there's Saffron Thomas, who's actually from Lissalloch, and we're going to get a wee tour of her wonderful garden, as both mature and quite a bit of in the making. So, as I always remind, these Nature Folklore Sessions and the Carol Croy Labyrinth Gardens here, they're brought to you thanks to the subscribers, which helps me to pay for the monthly subscriptions and all that needs to be done, so that I can present something like this to you. So that, most of you watching here are subscribers as well, but I put that up as a weekly thing because it is pretty essential, actually. So if anybody else can support, it's always very grateful for how you help out with this, and you do help out. So thanks for your support. And so let's see who's joined us today already. And it's very generous. There's Sherry Murphy's here. Hello, good morning, Sherry, from down East Maine. Donna Johnson, all the regulars, the subscribers. There's up early in New Mexico, as usual. Thank you again for joining, Donna. And Maria Dolnicki, I'm sorry if I got your pronunciation, but good morning from Toronto there. And Shell, who sent a video to me from Wisconsin, but I couldn't get it done in time. Well, anything that's an overspill from today, I'm going to have in 2 Sundays' time as part of Midsummer Gathering, I'm calling it. And so there's going to be some odds and ends that I haven't been able to fit in. And you can add, it's going to be a potluck. So keep sending those videos and clips and photos to me, and I'll still knit stuff together for that. And Tina Raku, we're going to have the video here from lovely Truma at home with a Dowra garden. And Charlene's here. She's up early then. Nice that you're here, Charlene. Thank you very much. And beautiful day. Yes, it is certainly. Kimberly K from Boston is with us. So thank you all for joining in with us. Now, as I say, Bloom. Bloom is what was inspired, and I hadn't got to. I think of Claire and I's first introduction to Bloom. We'd always been meaning to go, but we got invited to actually do a bit of a performance. And of course, if you're a performer there each day, then you're going to look around and see the gardens. And I kind of got hooked. Some people think that Bloom is a little bit sterile. Some of the gardens, they certainly are. There's lots of concrete and sort of artificially type things. And of course, some people like to do that for the easy care. But there's also some wild gardens. There's there was a lovely social farming garden, and I absolutely adore it. It is a lovely day out, and the weather's usually absolutely fantastic. And I think in the East, it is fantastic as well. So thanks for the Seven Oaks people, who Claire Power and Fergus. You know, Fergus, the poet Fergus Hogan. He was or is connected with that. So you'll see his face in a moment. So yeah, thanks, and it's been brilliant. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kick this off. And I've only just put this, I just threw this together a few minutes ago, and I hope I can find it. Where is it? For all my bragging, this is I just took some photos from Bloom, and I quickly threw this video together. So I trust you'll enjoy this. I'm going to kick off with this, a bit of introduction of Bloom. So that's a wee taste of past Bloom. I hope you enjoyed that little introduction, and I hope you're not comparing your gardens to that in a way. You might have wondered about that big drum that was there. It was a bit of a playtime. That was around the garden that we were at. It was called the Dow Now. As I say, Seven Oaks people put that together. And if you're curious about a big drum that was there by the by the pool. If you noticed, it was a sort of a yin yang presentation, and there was a garden that was done for people where the neighbors might complain about trees. So they had tall grasses and ferns. But here's a wee clip of, well, they did something with the drums, bit of fun moment. Hi. Yeah, we bit of fun there. I bet some of the people that are crowding in South Dublin would. That's what they'd love to be doing right now. Let's see who else has joined us. As Donna, there's not so many blooms in my garden right now, and that's in New Mexico. Mulberries, and we've just eaten our first apricots. Oh, I wish we could grow those here. And Kate, Cloud Sparks, we got a video from Kate later on. Lovely to have you here. Donna, oh, I love these images. Oh, you wait, we got some fantastic stuff coming up, Donna. And good morning from Charlene there. And Didier, we got something from him coming up. So hi, everyone there. So lovely to have you here. Fabulous. Now, let's have our first guest video. Now, this one is, we've got Bridget Foy, I think. Let's get her with the hawthorn up again. Oh, Claire's here. Hello, Claire. Did you catch yourself? We had a little bit of you at the Dow of Now a moment ago. Sorry, I couldn't find the video of that that you're there. Anyway, good to you know. I hope the weather's fantastic over there. And some of you have extra. Let's see. We got all of you. Read all your messages there. That's great. So on with the show. Bridget Foy is going to open up with the guests here. And just a reminder of Bridget here. God, I'm losing all my pictures now. There she is again with the hawthorn. I have to bring that up again. Bridget with her Flynn Cottage garden, not far from here. She's actually taken the day off. She won't be watching just now. She's gone off onto the coast looking for a nice quiet coast in Mayo, which is not that difficult to find on this bright sunny day. But anyway, this is a video. She sent me some clips of her garden. Absolutely gorgeous. And I always say I kind of make a joke, and I've done that a few times here on the Sunday sessions, of how, I don't know, I'm jealous of tourist women. They go out in the garden, they wave their wand, boom, everything blooms. And I think, why is it, what is it? What's the magic? Anyway, this is Bridget. So, and it isn't, she's struggling a bit because of the late blossoming, but it's still absolutely fascinating. So here we go with Bridget Foy with her garden.
Hi everybody, I'm Bridget and welcome to my garden sanctuary, my veranda at the back of the house where I spend a lot of time. Little clematis just coming into flower. Conservatory, garden room. This time last year I tiled the floor. I was just coming up to finishing it about this time actually. That's Letty, who it'll be 17 later in the month. I like to have lots of plants here on the veranda where I sit among the plants, or on an evening. I collect the water from my gutters on the conservatory, and then I have a little submersible pump, and I pump it over here and then water the polytunnel by watering can. So these are my very important salads, which I love in the summer. I'm at big spring onions, beetroot, tomatoes, hanging tomatoes, calendula. They just come every year, but I love them. And that's my lemon verbena plant. A little potting bench. Peas I planted a few days ago. And some bugle for the insects. French beans planted out a few days ago. More fruit trees, jostaberries, black gooseberries. This one's purple sprouting broccoli. And then on the tripod is plum tree here, but I think the frost put paid to any plum possibility. Also a plum without any fruit left. Apples, the apples are looking much more promising. And a lot of blossom this year. These are two amelanchias that here. Seats are always important. Bought for a tenner on a day trip to Eckle Island. A good view. And Ladies Mantle. Perennials. Candelabra primrose, which I love. And this is another work in progress. I've been putting fresh soil on this bed, getting ready to plant some things into it. The sun's gone, that's a pity. Here we are at another little seat. 2 days after I bought this seat, which has 2 squirrels as you see, I saw my first squirrel in the forest. Rhododendron about to come into flower. But the sun has disappeared. And here, this geranium should be flowering as well, and here is where my little dog Shaggy, who died in January, is buried. Another little seat, and the hawthorn so beautiful above it. It's a dragon willow, I believe it's called. Strange here. And the good old Bonnie's bonnets are reliable at this time of year. This giant scabious, Cephalaria gigantica, which is a big yellow flower, and about campion, a little bird bath, and back to the veranda again. Hello, Fred. That's it. Bye for now.
Well, thank you very much, Bridget, for that. I'm enjoying this because I'm not filling the time. This is a lovely watch party for me, so I actually get the sort of the afternoon off, and absolutely wonderful. So thank you, Bridget, for that. Now, the next one I've got coming up, well, let's see. There's a few of you making a few comments here. Let's see what's being said before we get. And there's Charlene. Absolutely enjoyed that. And lovely to see you as well, Claire. Great. Well, I'm not seeing Claire. I saw you earlier, as I said. And Donna saying not so many blooms as we were saying before. Um, Such a lovely space you've created, Sherry's saying. And Claire enjoyed that wonderful garden, and Kate there. So thank you for your lovely comments. Sherry saying that, and Kate as well. And Mary Dwyer's here, who lives quite close to Bridget, actually. So lovely. Hi, Mary. A lovely woman. Glad you're with us as well. So I'm going to carry on, as I say. Oh, Patricia's here from Vancouver Island. Lovely inspiration to get me into the yard. This is the whole point. Yes, yeah, I hope this is an encouragement with all the stuff that's going on. And as you saw at the beginning when I did the Bloom one, that statue of the man sort of surrounded by the concrete, that was a part of a social farming presentation. You saw some clips from that, get yourself out, get yourself out. And I hope that some of this will be an inspiration. So I'm going to move on. And as I was saying, these Torum women that I have awful envy over, because they just walk out to the garden and the garden does amazing stuff. So we've got another one. And this is Charlene Ray with her lush garden over in Whidbey Island, to remind you of her again. I think that's her there. There she is. And so let's move on. Charlene, you're on board watching this as well, and see what we made of this. So Charlene Ray in Whidbey Island. I hope I got the right video here. Let's go.
Hello, I'm Charlene Ray on Whidbey Island in Washington State in the United States. And this is my garden sanctuary. It's definitely a work in progress. A little wild, a little messy, but I love it. As I said, it's wild. I love the native plants and that it's surrounded by these magnificent trees, the guardians. This is my poetry box where I post a poem and a nature invitation.
Well, thank you for that, Charlene. I hope you enjoyed that one. It was fun to do, as you can imagine. So, it's a whole new departure doing this as well. Doing the watch party stuff. Donna here, just looking at these gardens, filled my soul with joy and peace. Glad to hear it. That's the intent today, definitely. And Glenn B, beautiful. Thank you very much. And Maria, beautiful music and nature. I'm glad you enjoyed the music with that. And there's lovely inspiration to get out Patricia there. Ah, lovely. Yes, again, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking the time on this beautiful day to see what we have here. Now I'm going to go on to something that's really different. I said it was all women. No, we got one man. This is Didier Riva, almost a neighbor, and just about 5 minutes away from here. And he's got a very unique pond, and he's watching today, and probably Denise might be as well, unless she's finishing off the pond in their garden. Their whole garden is much the same as it was in Carroll Crawley. It was sort of a bog full of rushes, and they've done remarkable things in the short time that they've lived there. So this is not the whole garden, but this is the pond, and it's fascinating. You'll understand why I say this is unique. So let's bring on Didier and the pond.
Hi everyone. So that's the little pond feature and water and stones I decided to make, because when we moved in that place about 2 years ago, it was full of weeds, but where the pond, the water is, there was already a hole in there. So I decided, why not? The hole is there, just dig a bit more, and I found plastic from the old greenhouse which was there before. It was a pile of stone in the back of the house, and Denise had a sculpture there. You can see it there. That sculpture, it's not made of stones, it's made of resin. Denise made that about in the 80s, and since she traveled with it everywhere she moves, and finally it found a home, and I think it suits well. So basically, water, the sound of water is so smoothing in the sunny day, it's so nice, and hopefully it will bring bees with the flowers and plants. As you can see, there is more to do on it, like it has to mature and evolve. Plants have to grow. I will put aquatic plants in the water later and see how it works. So just saying, I've never ever done something like that before, but the secret is to observe, take your time, connect with the place, and take step back, look from different angle visually, because when we sit in the window, you can't see it now, it's the kitchen window, we can see it from the window, we can see it from the drive as we drive in, the other side of the garden as well. So it's here, and it's here to enjoy, and simple and almost free. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Didier, for that. Something very different and very moving, very relaxing, isn't it? And I didn't bring up Didier's photo, did I? I do have a photo of him somewhere. Have I ignored it? I got together a lovely photo of Didier, and I bet I didn't bring it up in the... Oh, is this him? Let's see. Yeah, there he is. There he is. So say Didier is a photographer, and he also bakes amazing cakes and desserts as well. So that was Didier there. And Charlene, lovely pond. Now I want one. Yeah. Add it to next year's video. That would be absolutely wonderful. Well done, Charlene. Beautiful space, says Tina. And Donna's got a busy day and she's finding this relaxing. Thank you. That's very good. And Sherry, thanks for sharing such beauty. And Claire saying that, delighted to see your beautiful garden. And the poem box. Yeah, that poem box is special, isn't it? That's a lovely idea. Wonderful. I hope you enjoyed that bit. Couldn't resist getting a close-up of that poem for you at the end. Now, as I say, I think with each one I'm going to say, and now for something completely different. And we're definitely going to go on to something completely different again. Let's make sure I get the right video up. This is Tina Rock, and she's going to take us back into the blossoming value, as I described. It's pretty much very much the value of blossoming in the wild nature of County Leitrim. This takes you right into the heart, I suppose, of biodiversity in County Leitrim. So here we are with Tina Rock's bits and pieces, photography, film, and so forth. And I think you will definitely enjoy this.
Felling across, right down the path, right down, across the mountain. My beautiful, beautiful hawthorn, who was just a twig. She had smothered by the forestry, by a stick of pine, whatever, grasses. Oh wow, I just adore it. Take a look at these grasses. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? With sculptures. And the big giant oak, you can see the oak. It sits, the roundhouse sits below it. Look, red clover. It's everywhere. And red clover. Medicinal red clover. Beautiful growth. Rewilding. This video is about rewilding. What I never seen is to leave an urn. Look at that in my background. Blessed. The hawthorns. Look at the white thorn hawthorns. Mama. Now it's rewilding. The grasses, the wild grasses will grow. Medicinal herbs, flowers, plant. No such thing as a weed here, as we'd call it. I don't know weeds. Nothing's a weed. I'll keep walking. And then there's young Ben, tripping through the beautiful grasses of plantain, and red clover. And the sacred hazel. Hello, hazel. Come, let's fish your bearing fruit. You're going to start to bear your fruit. Yes, I can see them. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, my beauty. Thank you. Thank you. This is rewilding. This is as wild as you get it. And sometimes fox. And sometimes pine marten. Swallows. Hen harriers. Cows. This was schoolmaster's house of the village. Belonging to the McHugh family. A long line of teaching profession. Beautiful hawthorn. And of all those hawthorns down below.
Oh, wow. Thanks thanks very much, Tina. I hope you all enjoyed that, especially that little wee wren that Tina did a big close up on the top of the U there. I thought that was lovely to actually catch that in song. Thank you very much. And of course, again, I'm not showing people's pictures, and I think as you gathered from that, that Tina writes a lot, and I never get her poems on video very often. Something always goes wrong when I've got them on video. It seems to wipe itself out. Gorgeous writer. So that's thank you, Tina. Thank you for that. And that certainly fits into the afternoon as well. And Sherry, such a precious place. I love it. And Claire saw the magic in that. Claire loves surroundings like that. Wonderful. And Charlene, yes, I can imagine would like this. Not far away from Glenfarn there, Charlene, not far from the Cavan Borough in that area. That's where she is. Nothing is a weed, exactly what I say too. I always say that. I try as often as I can not say, I don't go out and go weeding. I do thinning, or of course grazing. That's the other thing, because sometimes I think our gardens are overpowered with a certain species of plants sometimes because the animal isn't present to thin that down. So we do the grazing with what we call weeding. That's the way I look at it anyway. But thank you for that, Kate. That's definitely on the spot there. Wonderful. And there's Tina thanking everyone. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous with that. Now, every video is completely different. It's really got the personality. And this is what happens at Bloom Festival. You go around the festival. Unfortunately, a lot of it, there's plastic and metal and concrete. And you wonder where the flowers are. And then you get a wild garden. And I haven't got any concrete, plastic and blah, 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 thank goodness, on this show. But we got this same variety. And it's like I was saying always at the beginning, it's your sanctuary, and a lot of people use stories. I think a lot of people, would you agree with me? It's something you could talk about, is that when you've in your garden. It's a fantasy, and in some way that fantasy is an expression of your story, of the stories you picked up. Some of it will be folklore, children's folklore. You're trying to build somewhere for the fairies is a common thing, and certainly for the underworld creatures. All these stories come alive through your imagination and terrific focus. And the next one we got up, we actually got some music and a wee bit of singing in the next one, which is fabulous. And I'm very pleased that she thought this was lovely and different from the usual music biz stuff that she gets asked to do. So we have Orla Fallon, who's going to come up with her garden. And there's her with her lovely winter CD. So check out, she has some beautiful music available since she's left Celtic Woman. Some of the stuff on Celtic Woman makes it, but beautiful person. And one thing I've been trying to get her to do, we were at a place where she was performing. She did the most amazing version of the Stevie Winwood. Oh, yeah, I forget the title of it now. It was a big hit. So, but she did it. It's as if she got the song and did it as it is. And I've been pestering her to actually record and release it. Higher Love. That's it. Anyway, let's get back to Orla's garden. And this is Orla Fallon, everyone.
Welcome to my garden. Thanks so much to John, the wonderful woodland bard, for inviting me to one of his lovely sessions. I have always loved gardening, and when I was a child, my grandmother in Kerry had the most beautiful roses growing up along her house. So I always said when I had my own home that I would have roses growing on the house, and I'll show you in a little while all the roses and the different flowers that are coming out now. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. I love the combination of honeysuckle with roses. So you can see here that some of the honeysuckle is, I'm going to flip this over, it's starting to come out. And this is a lovely rose. I got a gift voucher from my friend for my birthday a few years ago, and for a lovely plant sales place in Altamont Gardens. And I bought this gorgeous rose here, and it has the most divine smell. And on the other part of the house, so I have peonies here coming. Now they're not out yet, but I'm hoping with the sun this weekend that they will come out. So I've got the combination of some geranium with catmint, and there were lovely irises here, but they've gone past now, they've gone over. But you can see here, here's some more honeysuckle, and these are, I think this little rose is called Blush Noisette, and it's tiny roses, but when the windows upstairs are open, when they all come out, there's the most divine smell from them. And then I've got a little bit of clematis growing through it there as well. So at the back, so this is all along, this is the sunny side of my house, and here's some more roses here. I don't know what this one is called, but I know Helen Dillon, the gardener, loves this one. So if you see along there, you can see the roses and the peonies and the geraniums, and then on the other side I have lavenders. And so just walk along here. I have my stand, pardon, my music stand there when I was doing the earlier video. So, and it's so nice to be out in the sunshine. And I'm thinking today as I'm walking along of, and I had some tulips here, pardon my dustbins. So these tulips are really cool, and I just love them, and I just think they're just really flamboyant and the lovely, lovely splash of colour. And I have another rose here, so this is the shady side of my shed, and this is a lovely, lovely yellow rose, and it's really, really nice. And on the other side I have a Dublin bay rose. I can hear my child calling in the background going bananas. And so this is a Dublin bay. It doesn't have a scent, but it's suited to the shady side of the house. And here then I have some lovely laburnums. So you can see everything is really starting to come to life, and I'm thinking of the song Saur Saur Banyana Zauma O Kamar Fen Saur Lin Saur Bui O Noni Na Grenia O Kamar Fen Saur Lin. So, and then you can see some lilacs here. That's a poor tree that I think it was hit by lightning and I have to take it out. It bit the dust, but that's some lavender or some lilac that I planted a couple of years ago. I love lilac and I love the smell of it. So I'm just going quickly over to the border, and you can see there's lots of catmint and some there's a poppy coming out and some alliums from the bulbs. There's another lovely laburnum. And so you can see the border here with some geraniums. I love geraniums. And here, and there's my alliums. I got a present of these. I think plants or bulbs are a fantastic present, and every time I look at them I think of my friend who gave me those for my birthday last year. So they look really nice with the catmint. So it's very kind of blue. I have a lot more colour later in the summer when the you know, the dahlias and other things come out, but it's still looking really lush and lovely, and I'm so chuffed with this. Trying to get in close to this lovely poppy there that you can see. The back is a bit of a mess because I had to cut it down. It was a jungle, but I have to plant some stuff there. So, and you can see there'll be lots of things coming out there. So that's just a little short little snippet of my garden, some of it. And it's really nice to see summer coming, and yes, and thank you for joining me.
Wow, and thank you all. That all are in her garden there, and I trust you enjoyed that. And Charlene Ray, beautiful, and Didier is still with us, beautiful there, and Barbara Hombry clapping away there. Thank you so much. We still got some more gardens coming up, and right, I'm always not showing pictures before. As I say, I'm going to try and get back into a routine, because the next person we've got is Kate Cloud Sparks, and she's going to show us lovely, again, it's very unique garden, very well cared for farm. She's passionate about her land and what she does, just in her language. And as I say, she grows lots of mushrooms. And Kate, as I say, South Iowa, where I think they've just invented. Sorry, I had a bit of wardrobe malfunction. I fell over as I was coming to broadcast, and I messed up my catch there. Okay, so we got Kate next, and It's very beautiful. And now, where is Kate? Hang on. Don't say we've lost you, Kate. I haven't texted. I can get Kate up very quickly. That's very embarrassing. I don't think that's Kate somehow. Right, just hold a second. I'll just get Kate up now. Oh, strange. And we'll, right, here's Kate now. Thank you very much, Kate, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure you enjoyed seeing that as well. Very peaceful. I thought it was very peaceful, and I just love the mushrooms, inspiring gardens, and Donna in love with that, and what Kate's saying, I'm invisible. And then always real joy to see and hear your beautiful self there. So thank you for sharing your beautiful life, and there's lots of beautiful ones there. And Claire Roach, Claire's saying, fantastic, Kate, as you say, John, very peaceful. There's a few gardens that say some of these I'm going to spread over to the midsummer gathering, but I'm going to feature one more. And a local person, Saffron Thomas, she's quite shy actually. So we're going to have a kind of wee bit from her garden. She sent me a few things. Tina, beautiful afternoon. Stepping into everyone's gardens. I'm glad you're enjoying this. It's definitely a gardening afternoon. It's a watch party of gardens. I'm thoroughly enjoying this as well because it gives me a bit of a lazy time as well. Right, I got one more and then let you know what's coming up as well. And this is Saffron Thomas. She's over at Lissallock. Charlene's been at Lissallock. She's the next door neighbor to Maria and Joel there. And it's a very short. She sent me some pictures, as to say, very shy. So this is quite short. And she's with the Secret Gardens. It's a thing that's organised by Sligo, County Sligo. Haven't been able to do it the last couple of years, but opened up on Sundays. And that's actually what inspired the Sunday sessions, was the Secret Garden session. So that's what set this up. So people go around each Sunday to different people's gardens is more or less the setup. So as I say, I like I did with Kate. I'm going to lost Saffron, so I'm going to feel around, see if I can find it, and then immediately play it for you. This is Saffron's now. I think that's it. This is going to be it. God, like a DJ. Thanks very much. And now I don't know how to switch it off. Sorry about that. I think I know how to get that one. Right, that was Saffron. And excuse me while I deal with the tech here, because I made my screen be too small to actually watch it. And right, I'll get back with you just a second. And Saffron as well, say, she is a little bit shy, but to actually see the person behind it, that's Saffron there at a plant swap, and that we usually have each year. And that garden, there was work that's obviously being constructed, and with Saffron, she moved into flooded land. That was actually like a turlock, so she was actually working with a bog, and that's a remarkable word because she's by Loch Garra. And so it went from a bog to what you saw there. So amazing devotion there and fabulous. So I think I'll leave the rest of the gardens that we got for, as I say, Midsummer Gathering, because I think they might be more appropriate for them. So we got some treats for them and keep them coming in as well. Claro, Saffron, beautiful. She doesn't come on the social media much anyway. Fabulous gardens, but I wouldn't be surprised to have a sneaky look this evening. Magical beauty, and love seeing the wonderful gardens. I hope I thoroughly enjoyed this, especially being outside, the bird song. Everyone had bird song in their videos, didn't they? It's lovely. And for those of you, as I say, most of you are subscribers. Just a reminder that it's Patreon. That's the address. Subscribers help me develop this. And whilst I'm developing the folklore course, what I'm starting to do is actually have video moments, and they're moments from the past Sunday sessions and nature folklore sessions into little micro videos that you can watch, and I'm making those exclusive to the patrons subscribers until I get the course done, probably through next winter. So £1, £1, or $1 a month or more, it helps a lot. So coming up in the nature folklore sessions next week, I'm certainly looking forward to it. I haven't heard any word back though. It's actually sound bathing with the women of water. And if you remember, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, we had Sarah Humble and Shannon, I forget the last name, who certainly is very much the facilitator for Women in Water. And they said they were putting something together. Maybe they're busy putting something together. I haven't heard back for them. So hopefully they're not on, but if they're not, it'll happen sometime and I'll have some alternative sounds. But anyway, one way or another, it's going to be sound bathing next week with or without the Women in Water. And I hope it is the Women in Water. I think that probably they'll surprise me by Saturday afternoon or something. So, and they'll be so delightful. So on the 20th, as I say, 2 Sundays, it's going to be the Midsummer Gathering. This year, as I mentioned, it's actually Midsummer's on the 21st this year. Sometimes it's on the 20th, but Sunday is the 20th. So we'll have a Midsummer Gathering. It's going to be potluck. Anyone can do like they did for today, send in their clips or their videos or something of Midsummer they'd like to share live with us as a live guest. So share your gardens, share your Midsummer ceremonies, anything that's meaning to you and that represents Midsummer to you. So we'll have a potluck next week of all your contributions to that. And I'll be making reminders through the week, of course. So it's a potluck variety show, which I hope it'll be outside, I think, because the next weekend forecast is fabulous again. Oh, no, that's a Woman with Water. No, it's not so fabulous the week after that. Well, let's hope. Anyway, we'll be on one way or another. And then 27th, this is going to be a special, is the 27th Sacred Actions for Sustainable Practices. And most of the show is going to be dedicated to Dana O'Driscoll presenting a wonderful book that's actually officially released the day after, on the Monday, on the 28th. And she's been on before, wonderful presenter. And unfortunately, I don't know what went wrong. We hardly had any viewers when she was on last, but those who saw her, a real treasure as a live guest, and it's a real honor having her. So that's Earth-Centered Practices, Living the Wheel of the Year, Sacred Actions. And so that's coming to us on the 27th of June. Yeah, 27th of June. So I think that's going to be a stunning companion to what we cover here on Nature Folklore. And it'll be great to have Dana back with us. Really looking forward to that. Now, as I say, this was a reflection on the Bloom Festival. One of the things I'm putting aside was another Bloom video, but I think it's going to be more appropriate for the Midsummer anyway. So now, what have I forgotten? Really, I think that's it. The videos. Thanks again, amazing videos. Thank you for watching live, and thank you for the amazing video guests that you had today. We had Bridget Foy, we had Didier Riva, Charlene Ray, Tina Rock, Kate Cloud Sparks, Saffron Thomas, and Orla Fallon as well. And thanks for the inspiration, as I say, from the Seven Oaks, Waterford, Dow Now, Claire Power, and her associates. So if you're watching this after this broadcast, this evening, maybe a lot of people watching the evenings now here anyway in Ireland, please keep your comments going, because I do watch and I keep the comments returning. I come back and answer questions that people have. Subscribe, the bell icons on the YouTube, Facebook. We haven't had any YouTube live guests today, live viewers, which is unusual. I hope it's going through the YouTube. I hope they didn't think any of those tunes were copyright. They're not, because YouTube can trip me up sometimes saying, oh, we got a copyright claim, and you have to go through all the BS, which is very unfortunate. Nothing there was had a copyright hassle anyway. So thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, and I hope it was a peaceful Sunday for the USA. It was the start of your Sunday, and have a safe week, full of lots of wonder, inspiration, enchantments from your garden, the woodlands, wherever you are, on the beach, of course, maybe today. So until next Sunday, play well, and it's bye-bye from me. Thank you very much.